So my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us start. So till so far we have gone through what are SAP projects, how it is implemented, what are methodologies to implement SAP in any business, okay, and why, what are the types of testing they will do, what are the landscapes. I think I have forwarded that PPT also, right? So today we will discuss about types of data and how to log in into the system. Okay. So types of data in SAP. Usually SAP everything is a database, right? If you take your computer or anything, your mobile, it is a database. So every system will have its own data. Okay, like in our SAP also it is having, we are dealing with three varieties of data in SAP. Okay, when we work with this software, we will always come across the words called configuration, master, and transaction. Okay, so configuration data, master data, and transaction data, these three are typical data types used in SAP. Okay, configuration means it's a simple English, it's not a rocket science. Configure means you have to do some settings. Okay, just like in your mobile you are applying some themes, or you are setting your fonts, or you are doing some background job. Okay, so it cannot be seen, right? You will do some settings in foreground, you can see the effect of that. So configuration is that kind of thing. It deals with the settings of data, or I can say it deals with customization. It is called as a custom. Custom means modify or do some settings. Okay, whatever data you wanted to see, for example your theme, your mobile theme, you wanted to see in different colors or in different themes, you need to go settings and then you are changing the backgrounds, right? So when the data is changed in the background, it reflects in the front end, I mean foreground, you can see the effect of it. So configuration, whenever I say, it is part of a setting. Configure means to do settings for the data. Okay, how it has to be, we are doing some settings. Okay, so these settings based on the business requirement, the type of the organization to which you are implementing SAP, how they need these types of data, you need to set it according to their requirement. Okay, SAP has several provisions. Okay, you can do settings. So according to that business, how it suits many datas. Okay. So configuration means setting. In setting, we have different varieties of data. Okay. Always in setting, SAP, it will take you to the settings when you enter a T code. I already told SAP understands the language in the form of a T code. We call it as a T code, transaction codes, the command. Okay, we can transact or we can operate SAP through commands, or simply we call it as a T codes. So to go for settings in SAP, we need to operate one command or one T code. Okay, that T code is called as a SPRO. Some people pronounce it as a SPRO, some people pronounce it as a SPRO. Okay, so whenever you hit a command called SPRO, the SAP will take you to the settings screen. Again, there are several modules. You can do setting for any module if you have a knowledge. So that setting we will understand for a plant maintenance here. Okay. So that is called as a configuration data. Configure means do settings. In SAP, how you will do configuration? By hitting a command or a T code called as a SPRO. You can call it as a SPRO or you can call it as a SPRO. It is for settings, or in SAP language it is called as a configuration. Okay. Second type of data is a master data. Master data means it is a basic data, or it is a foundation data, or it is a fundamental data. Okay. To do maintenance, we need some basic data. Okay. Whatever the data required, minimum data you can say, or the data required to operate our plant maintenance are called as a master data. These forms basics. Okay, it is also called as a basic data, without which you cannot run any application. I mean, if you don't have the relevant data for maintenance as a basic data, you cannot operate the SAP or you cannot carry out the process. Okay. So master data means always you have to think about basic data. I will explain later why it is required. Okay. Basic data means foundation, it is a pillar. Okay, just like ABCD to learn a word, master data is required to do all mechanical processes or maintenance processes. Okay. So master means it is a basic. Third type, transaction data. So in any organization, they will have several varieties of maintenance processes. Maintenance processes means how they will carry out the maintenance. Okay, maintenance means I told you there are four things in maintenance always. Okay? Repair, you can take repair, you can take replacement. If you have any machineries, it requires some maintenance to operate, right? For simple example, if you take your bike, it requires maintenance to have smooth operation, or else it cannot work. So likewise, in industry or in a company, wherever there is a plant maintenance module is there, okay, it has varieties of processes. Like for any equipment, if you take your refrigerator or your bike, so how do you carry out your maintenance process on bike? Can you give any example? You have taken a new bike or a old bike. How do you maintain it? What are the ways to have a good operation from the bike? It should not give any hand during its operation. It should not stop when you go on it. When you ride on it, you should not stop. It should not give you any trouble, means you have to do some maintenance for your bike. So what are all the ways to do maintenance for a bike? Can you give any example? One or two examples. My question is, how do you carry out maintenance on your bike?
Sir, main service, sir.
First thing is service. So how is service process? How it will be serviced? I mean, how, when you are taking to service?
Firstly, go to the mechanic, sir.
When are you planning for service?
Monthly,
So there is a monthly service if you do on your bike. Okay. So every month or after every 30 days you will You are taking your bike to the service. Okay, once service is done, again it will run for 1 month smoothly, and again after 1 month you are taking, right? So
Yes.
this is one type of maintenance. Other type you can say whenever. So service is one type of maintenance process. Here you are fixing the schedule, right? You are fixing the schedule. Schedule means there is a frequency for maintenance. After every 30 days you are doing maintenance. So monthly, every month you will take your bike for service. It is one type of process. In industry also, it is called periodic or time based maintenance. It is called time based means every 30 days you will do like that. In industry also, for every machine it has to be in operation for several hours or several days or several months. After several days, like monthly you said, every month any equipment, okay, any machinery, it has to be serviced. It has to undergo for maintenance. So one of the type is time based. What you said is a time based. Every 30 days you are doing some maintenance. This is one type of process. So what is the another process? On your bike, you take example of your bike. If you are getting confusion, it is very easy to understand. Second type,
Check
how we can.
the check the engine oil. Check the engine.
So you are checking, right?
Uh,
Checking
Adjust the
means
clutch.
it's a daily or it is a intermittent work. So daily you will check blow air in the tube, right? Daily
Yes.
you will check your fuel. Am I
Yes.
right? Daily you will check some abnormal noise or something that is observed.
Clutches, brakes.
Yes, daily you will check brake conditions.
Yes, sir.
So there is a daily checks are there. So daily checks it is there. It is one type of maintenance only, right? If any abnormality if you feel, I mean brake is not getting applied, what you will do?
I will adjust the some brakes.
So again that is a maintenance, right? You will do something or some repair so that your brake condition should be good. That means any faulty system in your bike, the brake is not getting applied means it is a fault. Any fault you are rectifying and you are correcting it. Okay. The fault is identified and you are correcting it. It is called corrective maintenance. Similarly, in organization or in a plant, if any machinery it is rectified, it has any fault, they will do some maintenance to correct that fault. It is called as a corrective maintenance. First one, monthly, irrespective of any fault you are taking for monthly service. Okay, monthly checkup you can say, that is called preventive. Preventive means you are pre-planning the maintenance. Preventing means by planning a preventive type of maintenance. Preventive means proactively we are approaching for maintenance, irrespective of any fault, irrespective of any defect. You are taking your bike for maintenance. Thereby, you are increasing the life of a bike or you are increasing the availability of your bike. By doing preventive, time based, every 30 days, irrespective of any fault, irrespective of any defect, you are taking your bike for maintenance. So when we do proactive approach, proactive means before happening anything, you are taking it, taking care. Before anything happens, you are ready with that. So thereby, you will avoid unexpected failures. Thereby, you are increasing the life cycle of your bike. Your bike will not give hand at the middle of your journey when you do preventive. So proactive approach, it may be based on your time or after traveling certain kilometers. Say after traveling 1,000 kilometers, you are going for service. So 1,000 is called as a performance from the bike. It has gone through 1,000 kilometers. Engine has run for 1,000 kilometers. You are taking your bike for maintenance. Okay, that is a performance based preventive. Or 3 months once you are taking your bike for service, 3 months periodic, it is a time based preventive maintenance. When you observe any fault, when you rectify any fault and you are correcting it, then it is called corrective maintenance. Simple thing I told you, when your bike it will not start, so your guess will be ultimately on spark plug or carburetor, right? When you do kick or when you have automatic start, if it doesn't start means there might be some problem, you are rectifying it and you are correcting it. That is called one type of process, corrective maintenance process we call it as. Sometimes during your journey when bike is in operation, you are riding on bike, your chain got cut, what kind of maintenance you will do? You are traveling or you are riding on your bike and chain got cut, what you will do at that time?
Breakdown maintenance, sir.
Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so when equipment it was in operation and suddenly something happened due to which it stopped its operation and your production is getting damaged. Okay, sorry. So when equipment was in operation and suddenly it fails, suddenly it stops, by which the production will get damaged or it will be reduced, there is a loss in production. And equipment, it requires immediate maintenance. Immediately, emergency, we can call it as emergency. Okay, these are all called processes, maintenance processes or business processes in plant maintenance. Okay, these things we need to map in SAP. These things, how we carry out our business, how we carry out our maintenance in a plant, these things we need to map it in a SAP. System doesn't know what is corrective, what is preventive, what is breakdown. System doesn't know. You have to do settings, you have to carry out the process. You have to give some identification to the system so that you can identify it is a preventive, it is a corrective, it is a breakdown or some other process. Okay, so those business processes which may change, okay, day in day out. Today if you come, some equipment got failure or some equipment requires maintenance or something it is faulty, you need to correct it, right? Daily it will change, machine to machine or equipment or the type of process, maintenance process, it may change, right? Those datas, those processes are captured under transaction datas. Okay, so these works are carried out through some process in the system called work orders, called notification, called ECR, called documents. These will change day in day out. Daily your maintenance will be different. In industry, in a plant where heavy equipments are there, Your strategy to do maintenance will be different. To capture those in a system, we are operating some data. Those will change day in, day out. Okay, those data are called as transaction data. Okay, the business processes how we cover in SAP. It will always changing one. This data, it will change. Today this equipment, tomorrow some other equipment. Right? Today this is for preventive, tomorrow some other equipment will be there for preventive. Today this equipment may break down, we have to do emergency repair. Tomorrow some equipment may go break down. It is different. So these data we need to capture in SAP means through transaction data. Master data is a one-time activity. It is a fixed data. It is a static data. Static means what, man? A constant. It will not alter because we are doing one-time activity to create master data. Okay, master data is a basic data I told you. For example, the minimum things required to do bike repair. Can you tell what are the things required to do repair of your bike? If your chain got cut, what are the things required to do repair in general?
Sir, first thing is we required spare parts, sir.
So spare parts, it is a master data.
Yes, sir.
Spare part, if you don't map spare parts in your industry in SAP, then you cannot do maintenance. So spare parts is a master data. You will have some spare parts in your store. You need to map it in SAP. That is a master data. Basic. One time you will do. Next. What are
Sir,
the
tools and tackles, sir.
tools and tackles you need? So tools are master data. So how many tools, what varieties of tools I have to map in SAP. That is master data. Basic. These are all needed, right? Without spare, without tools, you cannot do repair. Then
Manpower, sir.
very good.
Mechanic.
Yes. So manpower. That's why HR model is very, very important. Right? So manpower is required. That manpower are group of people. Technician we call it as. Those technician group in industry. Some people will do welding, some people will do grinding, some people will do drilling, some people will do preventive, some people will do breakdown. Those people group I need to map in SAP. A group of people or group of technicians are needed for their work, okay? For specific work. Here you said mechanic, right? Automobile mechanic you need here. Similarly, industry fitter, electrician, right? They are there. Technicians are required. That is a master data. Then only this thing enough, spare parts, manpower, tools, these are enough.
Yes, sir. Need something more, sir.
Any other guys? I have spare parts, I have a manpower. Can I do maintenance?
So skill to do it.
Hmm?
Skill to do it, sir.
Skill is technician. Technician will have skill. Now I have spare parts in one hand, tools in other hand, and manpower in one side. Can I do maintenance? What are the things required to do maintenance? Still something is missing.
Permission, sir.
Permission is okay. Later on we will discuss permission. Still basic. The people who can see it. Your bike is very important. Your bike is needed. Your bike means it is an equipment. This is a master data. Your bike itself is a big master data. You need to create a data saying it's a bike in SAP. The basic needed, right? These are all basic things needed to do maintenance.
Yes, sir.
So bike is created as an equipment. Equipment is a master data. Manpower group of technician we call in SAP as a work center. That work center means the people or the technician group who will do a specific task. They are called as a work center. Work center means it's a group of technician. In SAP we call it as a work center. It's a center for work where people will do work. So it comprises people. It comprises a group of technician or a single technician in industry. They will carry on. Now you told spare parts is needed. Absolutely, I agree. Manpower, that is called work center. That is also good. Your bike is an equipment. It is also master data, right? So to do that, it involves some money always, right? To replace a chain with a spare part for that replacement, right? You need to pay some money to the technicians. Finance is involved. We call it as a account. Some account from your account it is to be debited and it is credited to the technician's account who do the repair. Like in industry also there is a budget account. From that account it is debited and it is credited to the work center account. Some cost centers are required. Cost center we call it as a accounting system. Okay, where you will do repair, that place is essential. Okay, for taking your bike to mechanic shop is a location where that equipment is repaired. That location you have to map. In industry there are so many equipments movable are there. Bike is a movable equipment, can move from one place to another place. But in industry some equipments are movable, some equipments are fixed at their place only. That place is important where you are doing the maintenance. That is called functional location in SAP. That address of that equipment in industry means it is acres together, 1,000 acres together place it is. Where that equipment is placed, you should track that address. That address we call it as a functional location in SAP. So these are all called master data. Master data means these are all required to do maintenance. Now transaction is how you do. Whether you are going for preventive, you are going for breakdown, you are going for corrective. That is how you will act on the fault. Okay, that is transaction. That will change. Today your chain got cut, tomorrow brakes may fail. After some days your engine may stop due to no oil, or your engine may give abnormal sound due to silencer problems. There are so many problems it may exist or it may come when your bike is in operation. I mean, you are riding a bike means it is in operation. Similarly, in industry, when equipment is in operation, varieties of problems may come. You need to address, and your main motto in maintenance is you have to provide good availability of any equipment. Okay, availability of equipment must be large. Life cycle of an equipment must be more. The efficiency from that equipment must be more. That is the main aim of maintenance. Your production should not get hampered due to your damage in the equipment or due to breakdowns in the equipment. That's how maintenance is very important in an industry. Maintenance, if very weak, then your production or your business will not grow. Will end up with a loss because the supporting is maintenance sector. In a manufacturing industries, the maintenance plays very important role. Okay. These data are required, right? What is the equipment, where it is, who are the responsible people to maintain it, what is the cost involved, technically speaking. I've given you example of bike. Similarly, you apply in industry. Okay. These data we need to create as an initial. Industry will have lakhs together equipment. We have to map those in a system, in our system, that is SAP. So we need to create a data, that equipment doesn't change, right? That remains where it is, it is there, right? So that is master data. It is a one-time activity. It will not alter. The changes are very rarely. If I have lathe in my machine, in my workshop, lathe machine, that lathe machine remains as it is, right? It will not change. So data will change very rarely. That's why it is called one-time activity. I need to say in the system it is a bike. I need to map it is a lathe. I need to map who is going to do maintenance, the technician name, the technician group. Those are all initially required to run our plant maintenance. Those data are called as a master data. Once again I'll tell you, master data are basic data, one-time data. The changes are very rare. That's why it is called as a static data. Without master data, you cannot operate any maintenance. Okay. Transactional data means these data are changing day in, day out. Okay. It depends upon your business processes, how it will carried out. And these are also called as a dynamic data. Dynamic means changing. Okay. So configuration means it's a setting, how your business is also one time only, but it can be customized later also. If your business requires some changes, you can do changes. Okay, setting it is. Okay, any doubts here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Next, here I have given you example. Okay. In SAP plant maintenance, these are all the data we need to cover. Configuration, it is only one T code, one transaction code, SPRO. We can configure master data and we can configure every data setting we can do in the background. So it will be visible as per your setting in the foreground. Okay, that is SPRO. S stands for SAP, P stands for project, R stands for reference, O stands for object. SAP project reference object it is. SPRO means SAP project reference object, means it is a setting, it is a configuration. Master data, I have listed so many master data here. So I told you group of people who will carry the maintenance, those are called work centers. Equipment, you know, the machinery. Functional location, where this machinery is there. BOM means bill of materials, spare parts. Strategies, how you will do maintenance. Task list, what are the operations done during maintenance. Any additional information on the equipment or technical object provided through class and classification. Maintenance plans, I told you preventive maintenance. There is a plan, there is a schedule. After every 3 months, after 1 month, after 1 year, after 6 months, every 6 months I do. So that comes from maintenance plans. Measuring points and counters. Measuring point and counter, nothing but your performance related things, health detectors. You have pressure gauge, you have temperature gauge, you have a odometer. Just like in your bike, you have speedometer. What is that speedometer?
It will show the distance traveled, sir.
Speedometer will show distance traveled.
Sorry, sir. The speed, sir.
So the speed at which you are traveling, it will show. When you switch off your bike, it will comes to zero. When you start your bike, how you accelerate, according to that, the needle will show you the reading. One more meter is there, kilometer reading. In that speedometer only, you will see one more meter. It will show you the distance traveled, how many kilometers you have traveled. What is that?
Odometer, sir.
Odometer means it will show you. Okay, what are, why those are meant? One more will be there, right? In your bike, if you see recent bikes, a fuel tank sensor will be there. How much fuel is there inside the tank? I think every bike will have.
Yes, sir.
Fuel monitoring. You will see some gauge. It will show low fuel, high fuel, or full something. It will show your fuel tank. How
Yes, sir.
much fuel is there inside? It will show. Why those are given, man, for bike?
To run the vehicle smoothly, sir, without any problems.
Without that also you can run, right? If I don't give that, you can run.
Yes, sir. But we can't
So
judge
that
whether.
we fill fuel timely.
Hmm. So what they will give you? They will give you any information?
Yes, sir. Feedback, sir.
They will give real time
Yes,
reading.
sir.
That is called real time. Real time reading means if you see your fuel is very low, you will get information that I have to fill the fuel in the tank because it is showing very low. Low means there is no fuel, right? So it will give you information. When you travel, how many kilometers you traveled, that odometer will show you. 10 kilometers you traveled, 100 kilometers you traveled, right? That odometer gives you how many kilometers you have traveled. Fuel sensor will make you alert. I have to fill the fuel. When you have to fill the fuel, it will give you the alarm. Likely speedometer, at the speed at which you will travel, it will show you. That needle will oscillate, right? These are all health detectors of your bike. Health detector. Whenever you get fever, the doctor will take a thermometer to measure the temperature, right? Why he will take the thermometer? When you will get fever, he will use to see the fever temperature, the body temperature due to fear. He will take a thermometer and he will insert in your mouth. Why that thermometer is required?
To measure the temperature of body, sir.
Right? It is a kind of thing, it will give you information based on which you are acting for the maintenance. So those are all called health detectors. Like in industry, if you see any system, technical system, you will get n number of instruments: pressure gauge, temperature sensors, vibration meters, balancing things, odometers. People will call after 1,000 kilometers you have to take your bike for engine oil replacement. How do you come to know you have traveled 1,000? By that odometer, right? That odometer will show you how many kilometers you have traveled. So these are health detectors. Those are called as a measuring points and counters in SAP. Every equipment will have several instruments on it, like odometer, oil level sensors, temperature gauge or temperature sensors, pyrometers. Every equipment it has. Okay? So based on that, we are proactively approaching for maintenance, or reactively we can approach for maintenance. Okay? So permits and revisions, these are special. Whenever in industry there are some formalities, right? We cannot carry out direct maintenance. It is to be informed, it is to be taken permission, do maintenance. So those kind of things we will see in the permits. Warranty, you know about warranty, why it is required, right? It is an agreement between vendor and a customer. Whenever we purchase anything, it should have a warranty for 1 year, 2 year. Like that in industry also, when they purchase a new equipment or new product, it has a warranty. We need to capture that warranty so that vendor can come and repair the things when it fails within that agreement duration. Okay, so these are all one time activity we will create once, and these are all daily changing activities. Notification means just it is a communication about faulty things. Think you are a technician and you are going for your routine inspection in your A shift or B shift or C shift. You will see some leakage, you will see some damage, and you want to notify it to your superior. Then this document is used, notification. Just like in your mobile you will get notification, WhatsApp notification, mail notification, some ordinary message note you will get in mobile, right? Notification. Likewise, if you see any abnormality during your inspection routine work, you have to communicate with your superior or planning department, your supervisor. So how you will communicate in SAP? Through this notification. Once that notification or that abnormality requires maintenance, then it is carried out through work orders. Work order means it is a process of carrying out maintenance. Through this document, we are carrying out maintenance process, corrective, preventive, breakdown, any ones. This document is needed. It has all information, which equipment got failure, who is the person to do repair, what are the parts required to do repair, so when it has to start, when it has to end, everything it will be there in this. All resources are mapped for your maintenance. This data or this document is called work order. As I said, whenever you see there is a checklist will be there. As you said, daily I will check this brake, check this oil, right? In industry, you need to maintain a document. What are you checked? For example, you checked oil level, you checked temperature, then it should be logged. What time you have taken the reading, it should be kept for document. That is called measurement document. So like this, these are all there. When these topics comes, I will explain you very clearly. Don't worry about it. So these are all transactional data. These are all master data and configuration. Any doubts? This is my syllabus also. I have to cover all this. Okay. Every system it has a process. It has a configuration. It has a theory. Each has 3 items. Theory you should know. You should know setting. You should know how to create. Okay. So that's why I'll take 45 classes all to cover all this. Anything you require in this? You are getting my points, right? I'm giving you a simple example which you see daily.
Yes, sir.
And same you have to compare with the industry. Industry means you think machineries. Manufacturing means it has a machineries. Anything you take, it will have machineries. When it is having machines means you require maintenance. That's why plant maintenance is essential. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir.
Okay. So we will stop here. From next class, we will start our software. I think at least today you will have software, I think. Except Mahesh, Rajkumar and others. We'll stop this.